Oh yes, baby, I'm back. Oh yes, baby, we're back. It's time for What's in the Poundland bin. The old Poundland bin has just returned from his holiday. Don't know where the hell he went. I think he went to Disney World, actually, because I got a postcard from Disney World. And it said, having lots of fun, found lots of plastic bins. I bet he chased some plastic skirt. But yes, I can just see him now riding Space Mountain and all that kind of shit. And probably if I dig down deep in a minute, I'm going to find a half-eaten giant turkey leg or something like that. Or a couple of mini Mickey and Minnie pins. So anyway, should we find out what we're going to get this week then? Oh, let's do it! Alright, Paul, calm the fuck down. It's only a fucking plastic bin containing some shitty Blu-rays. Oh dear me. Let's have a look, see what we're going to get then. Hello, Poundland bin. Did you enjoy your time in Florida?
Oh yes, I went to Disney World, to Toy Story Land.
What else did you do while you was over there?
I went to the Tupperware headquarters.
Okie dokie, let's have a look, see what we're going to get this week then. Are you ready? Are you ready, folks? Here we go. Oh, I've actually gone quite deep. Oh, look, I think you can see some titles. I might have to rearrange those. Oh, blimey, we're on the second layer. Okay, I've got something and it's sealed. Oh, yes. Oh, it's been too long since I've had my hand in you. Oh, dear, that sounded so filthy. What have we got then? Oh, yes, baby. Oh, yes. It's sealed, so I know that I haven't opened it. Okay, all right. Keanu Reeves. That can't be shit. Exposed. Keanu Reeves and Ana de Armas. Wasn't she the hot babe from Blade Runner 2049? Some cases are left unresolved. A gripping thriller, entertaining and exciting. It looks a bit futuristic, bit Blade Runner-y there. Some secrets are better left buried. Okie dokie. Wow, let's do it then. Never heard of it. Oh yes, okie dokie. So here we go. And this time I've remembered to take the plastic off the outside. Oh, and we got a lovely disc there with some nice artwork. Oh, if I can get my finger in there and get the disc out. Oh, here we go. In the player. Do, 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 do. And shut it. Pew. Oh, yes, baby. Look, you can see the title actually up there, reflected in BB-8. Exposed. Fantastic. I've got my ice cold. Oh, what have we got? Strawberry summer fruits. Oh, that's lovely. Just heard my din-dins, so don't need no munchies today. Got a full tummy, so I'll probably nod off. That'd be a good review, wouldn't it? So what was the film like? Don't know, I was fucking asleep. Okay, let's do it. Let's find out what is exposed. Oh yes, baby. Okay, so Exposed. Yes. What did I think? I actually thought that was a pretty good film. I was pleasantly surprised by it. Kind of in some areas kind of reminded me, I don't know, there was a bit of Sixth Sense about it. Yes. Right, I've jotted down some notes here because it's quite an in-depth, quite a thought-provoking movie. So we'll start out. The film stars Keanu Reeves as Detective Galban, a single father of one boy who hasn't seen his son for quite a while. His wife died as well. And also stars Anna de Amas, I think her name is, as Isabella de la Cruz. Now, she is the chick from Blade Runner 2049. Basically, the film starts out with Anna. I'll call her Anna. It's easy to remember the actual actors' names. Yeah, so it starts out with her in a nightclub called Club Miami. She leaves the nightclub and is escorted to a subway station by one of her friends. So far, subtitles, and I'm thinking, oh dear, is it going to be one of those in-depth reading films? But stick with it. Now, when she's going down this subway station, it's like forever to get to the platform. It's actually quite daunting because there's just this one long, dirty-ish looking tunnel with a few homeless people in, and there's no one around. It's like you would walk through an empty tunnel at 3 o'clock in the morning, that sort of thing, and all you can hear is her footsteps and some homeless people. So it was quite daunting. It was kind of like, it got my heart going a little bit, wondering what the hell was going to happen. Okay, so she gets to the platform, waits for the train. She's the only person on the platform to start with. Has a bit of a mishap with her shoe. The heel breaks off it. Loses one of her rings from her boyfriend, who's a soldier out in Iraq at the moment. And all of a sudden, an albino man turns up, dressed in a suit with a briefcase. Okay, I was thinking, this is kind of unusual. And he's kind of very mysterious. And he's standing on the platform edge. When he's walking towards the platform edge and you're thinking, oh, he's just going to have a look, sort of like peer over the edge of the platform and see if the train's coming. And all of a sudden, he steps out and you're thinking, oh, God, it's a suicide. Well, I had the biggest shock because he walked out off that platform in midair, Jesus style. That got my hairs on my arm bloody going. And then walked back. And Anna, Isabella, she couldn't believe what she was seeing. That was kind of freaky. Anyway, fast forward to the next day. There is a bit of an incident at a subway station. Don't know if it's the same subway station. And then enters Keanu Reeves, who plays a police officer whose partner has just been killed. He starts investigating who killed his partner. And he's got this photograph of outside of the club where Isabella left. And she's in it. And there's all these other acquaintances on the photograph. And it's linked to Keanu Reeves' partner's death. Meanwhile, the story sort of like flips back to Isabella's family. And she tries to explain what she saw. This albino kind of like angel man walking out on the platform, miracle type thing, but none of them believe it. And throughout the film, the story does sort of like flip backwards and forwards between Keanu and the investigation of his partner's death, and Isabella and her family and her boyfriend, and seeing this albino person. So we've got English from Keanu Reeves' side, and then whenever it flips back to Isabella's side, it's all Spanish. I would say that the film is probably 60% Spanish dialogue, 40% English. Normally in the old days, I would have a problem with that, but I think I've been educated into appreciating subtitled programs and movies since Homeland, I think, because that started to use a lot of subtitles. Every now and again, though, out of the blue, Isabella gets a glimpse of not the albino person, but kind of like bright white angels, either angels, gods, or aliens. I don't know. They are albinos looking. You know, they're really bright white, and sometimes they're in really striking bright red outfits, and they're just there. They're just standing there, or just appearing there. Most of the time, they don't say anything at all. And Isabella is looking forward to her boyfriend coming back, being out in Iraq, so she has some like FaceTime with him and that kind of thing, and he should be coming back soon. But it does, flipping back to Keanu's side, it does also appear that Keanu's partner was actually involved in some police corruption with the local gangs, the local drug lords, that kind of thing. And that, unfortunately, that's what got him killed. Isabella's family also have this big old dog that they love, and have bath times and plays and all that kind of shit. And one day, one of the members of the family is taking the dog for a walk, and he kind of like snaps off his lead, and you see this dog running out in the road, and then all of a sudden you hear this bang, a van, hits the dog, and it dies. And then it quickly flashes to these soldiers in Isabella's house, obviously informing her that her boyfriend has been killed in Iraq. After everything that's happened to Isabella, she actually discovers she's pregnant. Now, this would not cause too much of a problem. They'd all be happy. Except for the fact that her soldier boyfriend has been in Iraq for a year or over a year. So all the other family members at this big dinner party are like, oh, they know she's cheated. They know that it can't be possible. And she's trying to explain to them that there is no father. So it's even an immaculate conception, or she's been playing Ride the Albino. And of course, meanwhile, with Keanu, as he's still investigating his partner's death, he's getting a bit closer to his dead partner's wife, played by Mia Sorvino, I can't remember her name. Mira Sorvino, I think it is. There's also this little girl that is prominent throughout the film. And towards the end of the film, it switches, because you kind of get a Sixth Sense type ending. Now, this whole incident with the railway station, the subway station, what happened, how she explained it, how we saw it at the beginning, you see it completely different at the end. It's a completely different take on exactly what happened. And it's kind of shocking. I'm not gonna say what it is, but it's kind of like one of those things you need to watch, because it's a big reveal. It's a big Sixth Sense type ending. Not as powerful, not as impactful as the Sixth Sense ending, but it kind of got that type of vibe. Yeah, so that was really interesting. Also, it's kind of a bit of a reveal and Sixth Sense type of effect with the little girl. I can't really go into it. But really it is a film that you need to watch to appreciate the ending. Now, I looked at IMDb, and a lot of people gave it bad reviews. 1 star, out of 10, 2, 3. There were a few reviewers that gave it like 6, 7, 8 and that kind of thing. But a lot of the reviews are based on Keanu Reeves, so they were expecting this big action film, even though he was a detective, police corruption, shootouts, that kind of thing, a Heat type of thing. But there were a couple of people that understood the story and understood that it's a police corruption film in a way, but it is also a deeply spiritual film as well from Isabella's point of view. And I was really happy with that. I was really pleased that it wasn't just a run-of-the-mill police detective action shoot-'em-up, because this was a really nice change. With the subtitles, having to read the subtitles, the whole story from Isabella's side to, Keanu's side, the detective. I was really pleased with that. It was really well done. So yeah, all in all, I would actually highly recommend Exposed. It probably hasn't had a lot of exposure because it's the first time I've actually heard of it. But yeah, I really enjoyed the film. There are some bonus bits and pieces on here. There's a bonus material behind the scenes, so I might watch that. The running time is 97 minutes, so again, not too long. Region B locked. And the sound is DTS HD Master Audio 5.1, which my system upscaled again to the DTS Neuro. Now, the picture quality, I was really impressed with the picture quality. Even in the dark scenes, blacks were black. There was not a lot of grain as well. It was a very kind of crisp, not perfectly crisp, but a very clean image for a Blu-ray. And the sound itself was very good. I would highly rate the sound. We had a good use of the sound stage right across from things like police sirens. You get the police sirens over there in the distance, but you can also hear them behind you as well, off into the distance. And one thing that I really got taken with, because of the DTS upscaling it to the Neuro, kind of like mimicking kind of like Atmos and DTS X, is the rain, when it was raining, because it wasn't only raining at the front, it was raining behind. But I know it's probably a very minimal use of rain, but I swear that I heard a bit of rain kind of like behind me and above. So yeah, the sound was really good. It was very well used. Okay, so that's my review of Exposed. Oh, thank God. Pleasantly surprised after last week's piece of shit. But, God, two different ends of the candle there. So, how would I rate it out of 10? I would actually give this 7. I would give this 7 because it was 97 minutes long. I wasn't bored 1 minute. I was engrossed in this film. There were no slow moments. When it did slow down a little bit, there was reveals and there was dialogue that you wanted to hear. So yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised by it. So yeah, I'd give it 7 out of 10. Where it's going to go, whether it's going to go, is it something I'm going to watch again? definitely. It will definitely be something that I want to watch again. It's one of those films that are not high profile, not kind of like A-list cinema type stuff, but it's still really interesting, and I'd like to go over it again. And like we did The Sixth Sense, you know, once you got to the end of The Sixth Sense and then the big reveal, the first thing you wanted to do is go back and watch the film again and watch all these little scenes with Bruce Willis, and find out exactly what happened, you know, and see if you could spot them the second time round. I still do that every now and again when I put Sixth Sense on. But yes, so what am I going to do with this? Is it going to go in the Poundland trash there, you know, just to go to the charity shops, or is it going to go on the shelf there? Well, I'll tell you one thing. This is a film that Lulu wants to see. I know it is. And I'm going to suggest it to her on her next Blu-ray list that she gives me. I'm going to suggest her watch it because of the spiritual side to it. And the thing with Lulu is that she dives deep into the psyche of a movie and can get to the bottom of what something means. And most of the time I'm like, okay, I just saw an explosion. And she saw the gunpowder in the explosion and the flame starting. You know, she really gets down deep and starts to evaluate a situation or a storyline. And sometimes she leaves me way behind. I feel like a dumb shit most times. Bless her. But yeah, so let's find out where this is going this week. Okay, so wherever we put in exposed, is exposed going down amongst all this shit, which I presume is going to join that piece of shit? Or is it going up there on the shelf with our other little list right there? Well, I'm actually happy to say, I am going to put that there because, yes, good film, loved it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of What's in the Poundland Bin. We shall do it all again next week, hopefully, unless I throw my back out again. And then the bin can take another holiday, I don't know, Vegas or somewhere. What stays in Vegas? Probably the bin. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you all on the next What's in the Poundland Bin. Bye, everyone.